So the topic today is based on the readings that have been going out. And the readings come from the Science of Mind original text, the original 1926 text. And today we're talking about spiritual mind treatment. And these have been, the little readings that have come out every day this week, if you've been keeping track of those. The idea of treatment is to shift our thinking so that we might shift our current reality into something else in the future, so that we're not repeating old patterns. So Ernest Holmes, in talking about treatment, said that be specific in treating, be definite and direct in your mental work. You're dealing with intelligence, so deal with it intelligently. And so it's when we're doing treatment, it's really important that we focus our attention on what our intention is. So we look at what is it we're looking for? What is it that someone has come to us and asked us for? What is it that we need in our own lives? And then how do we accomplish that? See, spiritual mind treatment is so powerful that it can absolutely transform your current reality just like that. Or it could do it over some time. And however it gets done, the key is that it gets done. So in spiritual mind treatment, it's absolutely important that the person who is doing the treatment, so if you were to come to me for treatment, I would be seeing you as perfect, whole, and complete. I'm not denying your experience, but I am seeing you in your wholeness. And my treatment will come from that wholeness. And as I treat my mind to know your highest truth, then what happens is a shift occurs for both of us. And that's what's so powerful. He says in the readings that we were going through this week, it must know that there is nothing that can stop it or block it, right? We need to know that our word has power. That's the most important thing as we're giving treatment. We want to give it from a place of love and possibility. We want to give it from a place of, yes, I know for certain that this thing can change or be altered or be healed. So in the section this week where I sent out the reading, How to Heal, he starts off this section by saying, never say, here is a patient whom I must heal. For if you see them from this angle, how are you going to heal them? See, if I see your brokenness, that's my focus, then what happens is that brokenness is what is expanding. It's not healing. We want to see the wholeness. So when we're treating, we're not sitting back saying, please take this away from me, or please change this or do this different. What we're doing is we're standing in our strength and our power. And if we're looking for, let's say we're looking for a healthy body, then we're going to say, I am health, not I'm going to get healthy. That puts it in the future. That means in this now moment, it doesn't exist. And if it doesn't exist in the now moment, then how is it going to exist in the next now moment? We have to know it exists. We need to know that it's possible. We need to believe, have faith that there's a power within us that is absolutely saying yes. Yes to everything we put out. And when we're doing our treatments, we want to make sure that we're specific without outlining. We don't want to sit back and say, well, I could really use a partner. I need a spouse, or I need a partner in life. So I think it should be John Doe or Jane Smith. We don't do that. And the reason we don't do that is they have their life path. And although we may be attracted to them or think they would be great, that isn't how we treat. We treat for love and possibility, for connection and friendship. We treat for love and joy. We treat that there is something beautiful going on in this relationship. And then we let it go. And we move our feet. And we might get inspiration to go online, or we might get inspiration to go visit a friend on a certain day, or whatever it is. But just know that whatever is meant for you cannot go past you. So as you sit in that knowing that there is something at work here, we begin to open up the possibility of receiving that good right now. So as we move forward, we want to really work with this idea of knowing. And so when we're doing treatment, we are seeing wholeness. So if I treat for you, I see you as perfect, whole, and complete. And so I might look at the condition that you're experiencing and look for what is opposite of that. What is it you truly want? So let's say you're sitting in poverty. Well, I'm going to know that the source and substance of all good is fully present where you are, moving through you, creating and expanding. That's what I'm going to be saying in this treatment. I'm going to be using words that are positive and uplifting and inspiring and exciting, words that will stimulate you to do great things and to be the remarkable self that you are. That's what we're going to do in treatment. We're going to get excited and delighted and share thoughts and words that just might help us to live a more powerful, creative, exciting existence. So as we're treating for someone else, we have to remember that we have nothing to do with this person's personality or their thoughts that they're having. As my thoughts clear, as I become really clear that this is done, all doubt is removed. You see, there can be no doubt in treatment. If there is doubt, get someone to treat your mind to know the truth, to remember the truth. Or treat it yourself, where you just go into yourself and go, no, I know. I know there's a power for good in the universe. I know that the universe is creative and infinite, loving and infinite potential and possibility. I know that. And I begin to talk to myself until I actually believe that. See, it's one thing to say the words. It's another thing to feel it at the depth of your being and go, yes, I feel that. When Ernest Holmes created this teaching, there was nothing here or there, up or down. It was like all is all. He talked about the magnificence of every human being, of every living thing, and living from a place of possibility and allowing the intelligence of the universe to operate clearly, like we are a conduit. You know, imagine a conduit, and if you block it off, nothing can flow. So we open up. We expand our idea of ourself. We begin to see ourselves as one with the divine, not separate from, not different than, not lower than, but one with. That whatever is going on in the world, whatever's going on in my life today, what I know is the universe is right here, that the possibility for shift and change is right here, and I can direct it. Yes, I can direct it. So I can sit back and be like a flag in the wind and go this way and that way and, oh, what's going to happen today? Or I can sit back and wake up in the morning excited for a new day, imagining all the glorious things that could happen. The sun is shining and the trees are just waving their leaves around and sparkling with the reflection of the sun. And it's beautiful and it's heartwarming. And as I look at that, I know there is possibility for whatever it is that I have need of. And so I do my spiritual mind treatment not to change me, but to awaken me. I do spiritual mind treatment for you when you ask for it, not to change you, but to help you see yourself as you are. See, it is in seeing yourself, it is in awakening to that authentic, divine, infinite self that you are. As you awaken to that, as you really begin to embody and embrace it, not as a concept or idea, but as absolute knowing, I am one with the absolute. And therefore, I am powerful. I am intelligent. I am creative. It is in the moment that we surrender into that place of going, yes, yes, there's one power in the universe, one infinite creative something that is working on my behalf through me if I will allow it. That's the key. I got to let it. Because if I'm shutting it down, if I get an idea and I go, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I get another idea, no, I'm not going to do that. Where do we think these ideas are coming from? If they're coming from inside of us, pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to this energy. Pay attention to this divine knowing. Pay attention. So when we're doing spiritual mind treatment, we start by recognizing that there is a power for good in the universe. And we can call it any name we want. It could be universe, first cause, divine mind, mind. It could be God. It could be presence. Could be Fred, Frank, Herbert. Doesn't matter what we name it. Whatever we name it, that doesn't give it power. It is the essence of all life and all things. And so giving it a name really just limits its potential within me, because that is a limited idea. So I let that go. I don't worry about the word. I let the word go, and I stand in this potential and possibility that life is happening through me, and I have the ability to direct it. And I direct it through my positive, affirmative thinking. I direct it through my excitement and delight. I direct it through a knowing that I am one with the beloved, with the absolute, with the first cause, universe, God, spirit, mind. Whatever name you are comfortable with, higher power, use that. And allow yourself to stand in that energy and in that vibration, and just know that there is something going on here bigger and brighter than anything I can imagine. And as I acknowledge that there is this power, what I realize is if it's everywhere present, it's right here. It's where I am. It is being me. It is being you. I am one with it. We unify. So we know there's a presence, and we know we're one with it. And then we go into the declaration or realization step. And what we do is we talk about whatever it is that we believe we want, need, or desire. And we start to speak, and we speak in the first person and in the present tense as already accomplished. So I am health. I'm not getting healthy. I am health. I am wealth. I am life. And we begin to talk about, I am love and receive love and accept love. I am the divine made manifest. And so I know that all that I am has been created perfect, whole, and complete. I am not broken nor flawed. I do not need to be changed or altered. What I need to do is wake up. I need to wake up to who I truly am and be that. Just be that. This journey that we're on has no destination. It is the journey that matters. And in each moment that we can open our eyes and open our hearts, we begin to receive people in a new way, and we begin to see the beauty, the wonder, and the magnificence in them. And as we do that, there's a shift that occurs, because as we model this behavior of love, of gratitude, of compassion, of kindness, what happens is people start to see how that's working for us. They begin to see the effects in our lives, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, tell me more about what you're doing. And we begin to see the expansion. I invite you today to be the very best you can be, and know that you are perfect, whole, and complete. So after the declaration step, we go into gratitude. And the cool thing about gratitude is we were taught as little kids, you got to say thank you. Why? Because we were given something. Well, here we use gratitude knowing that it has been given, whether we've received it at this moment or not. That the universe has said yes to us. And so we're grateful for everything we declared. We're grateful for the health, for the love, for the joy. We're grateful for all of that. And then the final step of treatment is the release. I just let it go. I've done the treatment. I've spoken the words. I'm believing what I'm saying. And so it must be done. And so it is. And so we release that. We release that and let that go so that we can then get on with our day and do something else. And everything we do and every bit of inspiration that comes, we need to pay attention. And as we pay attention, we begin to see that, oh, wait a minute. I was thinking about that 2 weeks ago or a month ago or last year. Wow, it's back. What am I going to do with that? Really, really important to really get into the juice of it. In The Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes wrote, effective mental treatment is propelled by a consciousness of love and a realization that the creative spirit is always at work. The practitioner does not feel that they must compel the force to work. It is the nature of the creative power to take form, and it is the nature of us to use it. So the ideas we have, the way that we speak, all that we do is taking ideas and moving them into form. A treatment should be given in a calm, expectant manner and with a deep inner conviction of its reality. The work is effective because the law is always in operation. And that's from chapter 11 in The Science of Mind. Ernest Holmes was very clear about this teaching when he created it. And he lived it. So he knew that it worked. And I have over the years told you many, many stories, healing stories, about treatment work that has been done and has been effective. Big stories. Healing heart disease, AIDS, opening up the possibility of accepting wherever a person is and allowing them to be there. I invite you to begin to use this tool. And if you're not exactly sure how to do it, you can always call me. The other thing that you can do is go onto our website and see what's there. There's classes coming up. Take the classes. Sunday's great. It gives you a little inspiration, a little boost up before you go to work tomorrow. However, the real juice, the real meat of this, if you want to get into it, happens in class, where you can ask questions. You can discover things at a deeper level. So as you go into this week, consider yourself perfect, whole, and complete, and move through this day and this week, each moment with a sense of power and purpose, because you are enough. And I have no doubt about that. Namaste.